Well, welcome to the Illinois Executive Mansion, the home of Governor Pat Quinn. My name is David Borland. I'm the curator of the mansion and the Mansion Association. Tonight we're having a fundraiser for the Mansion Association, and we're trying to raise some funds privately to at least clean up the outside of the mansion. This is the very first impression that people see when they come to the mansion, and as you can see behind me, we desperately need a paint job. And we also have some things on the side over here where our steps are unsafe and people cannot use those to go up and down. So what we're trying to do now is to raise some funds and at least help the mansion put on a little better face. This is our ballroom, and this is our main multi-purpose room. This is the room we use for about 90% of our events. And in any given year, we'll have somewhere around 200 to 250 events in here. And what we try to do is to make the mansion available to non-for-profit groups, community-based organizations, obviously state agencies, things for the governor. We don't do private family events like weddings or receptions or birthday parties, but this room gets quite a lot of use. This is where we'll have most of the event this evening. Well, now we're in our library, and we're actually in the new part of the mansion. We're in the addition that was added on about 1970. Back then, the architects came in and restored the original part of the house and added on about 25,000 square feet. So the library is one of the new additions. And this room was actually designed and built by a cabinet maker from Decatur, Illinois, by the name of Monty Hall. Now, as you can see, this room tends to be every governor's favorite room. This is just a beautiful, beautiful room. And quite often, in the evenings, we'll take the furniture out of here and put one or two tables in here. And lots of governors like to have dinners and dinner meetings in here. So this room also gets quite a lot of use. We're now in the Lincoln bedroom. And in this original part of the house, we have 4 guest bedrooms. And these rooms are used quite often by a lot of staff and also by friends and family of the governor. This happens to be the room that Ed Jensen stayed in, and obviously he didn't care for it too much, but it's also the room that Dave Bakke was invited to stay in. And if I remember right, I think he wrote a pretty nice story about if this is what it means to be embarrassed, you can embarrass me anytime you want to. So, I mean, it's a wonderful historic room. The furniture was owned by Lincoln, but he never used it. It was given to him by some of his local friends after he was elected, and he put it in storage thinking he would use it when he comes back. This is our Governor Yates bedroom, and we're right across the hallway from our Lincoln bedroom. The interesting thing about having Yates and Lincoln together is kind of interesting because Governor Yates was the governor of Illinois during the Civil War, and Yates and Lincoln were pretty good friends, so it's kind of nice to have 2 historic bedrooms like that very close. Now, this is our official state dining room, and this is where governors will host ambassadors from other countries or other heads of state. This is where we would have the official state dinner. However, tonight, this is also going to be our buffet table for our fundraising event tonight. Now, while you got that there, you'll be able to see that we have 3 gorgeous Waterford crystal chandeliers in here. These were the very first purchase made by the Mansion Association right after it was formed back in July of 1972. They're about 235 years old, and we purchased them down at Mannheim Galleries in New Orleans for $10,000 for all 3 of them.